This week, coming up from the ashes.
Go away. Oh, Lord.
He's a reformed. Did your cat fart?
Yes. Oh,
Well, then.
man.
All right.
Next to me.
That's something, isn't it?
That was unexpected.
Oh. Well, I'm just like, what is that? Like, oh, God.
Welcome, everybody, to From the Ashes. I am here today, and I am your host, Phoenix.
I am your retired host, Arsonist Clown.
And as always, I am the undead life of the party, Zhombi. Well, undead life. Undead
Yeah, that's
unlife.
That's quite an interesting stir of words you got there. So, today, guys, we are going to be talking about the movie trailers that were shown during the Super Bowl, and it's got quite a lineup of them. We may actually have a couple surprises in there in the mix, maybe a couple TV show trailers. You never know. You never know with us. But we are going to go over them in the order that... I don't know if they aired them in that order, but we're going to go over them in the order that I've seen. So, first off, what's going on, guys? How you guys doing today?
Oh, not too bad. Eating some jelly beans.
Jelly beans?
Just sitting here waiting for the topics of conversation to start.
Oh, yeah. So, did you all do your homework?
I don't believe I did.
Hence why I called you out.
There's no reason to. We've already been discussing this before you hit that record button. But yes, just let it be known to the rest of the listeners.
Arson doesn't do his homework.
I hate homework.
That's all.
I'm a homework hater, and I'm loud and I'm proud. I hate homework. Hated it since the beginning.
Let me just say this: when we decided on this topic, I posted a video that had all the trailers in one. And it was about 21 minutes. I was like, if people can sit on social media and watch videos for hours on end, why can't we all just do this? But, once again, we are going to be discussing the movies, and I believe the first one up might as well be the biggest one probably of the... At least, I was going to say year, but the biggest one of all of them in the Super Bowl, which is Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't know, like, when it comes to this movie, it kind of starts off, it looks like Deadpool's kind of like retiring, like he's just like, he's done with it. He has hair on, which is kind of funny.
A wig. Hairpiece.
Well, but this wig, I guess, was glued down or something. I don't know. It was a hair piece of some sort. But he gets like a visitor, and he goes out into the hallway, and they take him. And it's the same people that basically Loki works for. What are they called?
EVA.
The EVA. And TVA, time. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It's a bit of a play on words, you see.
Yes. The TVA. So they pull him in, and some words about Disney were said in there purposely, I'm assuming, which was great. And so they go into this portal, and they push him into this portal, and basically tell him that he's going to be helping out, the universe, and he was like, I'm like the Marvel Jesus, is what he says, or something like that. But yeah, so it goes on from that. You see him in some action with some stuff, and at the end is like the best. Like, you see him laying on the ground, and all of a sudden you see this shadow hover over top of him, and who it is, but you just like, he's like, will you just help me up? And then all of a sudden you see two sets of claws on each side, like, shing, and he's like, never mind, I'll do it myself. And then it fades out.
No, wait, I'm good.
No, wait, I'm good. Yeah, it was like, I loved everything about this trailer. I cannot wait until July 26th when it releases. I know I have to, but I am so excited for the Deadpool 3 movie. And
Yes.
what else could be said? Marvel's starting to, and the MCU's going on a downhill as of late, and Deadpool is going to pull it straight back up.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Confirmed just yet.
We'll have to know more once we see it. So,
Or until another trailer comes out, you know. That was just a taste of things to come, you know.
oh yeah, and with this, there's going to be some probably regular trailers, and there's going to be a few that like where he mocks people, I mean, but still one of my favorite one of his that he ever did was when he was impersonated Bob Ross. Like, I love that one. It was amazing. Bob Ross, Deadpool. That got so popular. They even made a little like a Funko Pop for it. So, just saying. But yeah, I think that movie is going to be something special, just like anything Ryan Reynolds touches. So, what do you guys? Any opinions on this?
He's got this in the bag. I feel like it just depends. It's all on the writers now.
Yeah.
I don't doubt Ryan Reynolds' capacity to make this, and Mr. Jackman, since this is Deadpool and Wolverine. I have no doubt in my mind that they will perform as they always have, absolutely stellar, and looking damn good while doing it. It's the writers that
Right.
I'm concerned with and the future plans that they will take, because I feel like, we've had all these, we've already had a taste of the multiverse stuff that they've all been hyping up and crap. I feel like they haven't really been doing a lot with it. It's just been kind of like little arcs, I guess, setting up pieces. I feel like they should have really just been doing like, whole things that actually have a lot of context and contribute without having the need to have to watch a TV show, because the TVA, obviously they're from Loki. Honestly, I haven't watched Loki. I watched a few episodes. I've watched a couple, but I haven't gotten the full story down yet. And I feel like that's the problem. You have to really watch the whole damn thing to like get context as to what the hell is happening. Because obviously, when from a normal person's perspective, they look at this and they're like, "Oh, just these guys are like what, multiverse cops or something." But for people who watch the show, they already know what's going down. But that's the problem. You have to watch the show to get context instead of just watching the movie and already knowing what's going to happen.
Yeah,
It,
correct.
it's
I
just,
yeah. But see, I've seen the first season of Loki. I've not seen the second yet. And to tie the movies in with everything else like that, it is a little much. I mean, the thing that excites me about Deadpool officially entering the MCU with this movie is the fact that he could be in so many crossovers. I hope he's in like the Secret Wars. That'd be amazing.
That
no,
would be.
I feel like he definitely will be in there.
Yeah.
I don't think he won't.
But this also spawns a new thing for the MCU, and that is their first rated R movie in the MCU. So I don't even know if it's been given a rating, but I'm pretty sure it's rated R.
I would be surprised if it wouldn't be.
I mean, he dropped the F word in the trailer, the original trailer, and not only that, but like all the blood and gore that they've showed just in the trailer alone. I can't wait to see Logan's claws go into somebody and just like blood splatter everywhere.
Yeah.
It's gonna be cool. I mean, it's a little demented, but like when you think of this is gonna be hopefully like Arson said, this depends on the writers as well. But I think that Ryan Reynolds has a lot of creative control over Deadpool for the most part, like in the movie. I don't know. I could be making that up. I thought I heard that somewhere, but you gotta look. He should have some, for the simple fact that he's the reason why these movies are here. He's the only reason. So but yeah, so yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine. I can't wait to see it. It's exciting. What about you, Zombie? Any words before we move on?
Oh, I mean, I pretty much, following up on your sentiments. I think that um, the last several things that they've come out with for the MCU have been, for the most part, widely
Bland.
bland, boring. I wouldn't go so far as to say that they were like hated. I'm sure there's some people that did,
Mm-hmm.
but kind of like the average response has been meh.
Yeah.
I could take it, I could leave it, whatever.
Right.
I really feel that, like, unless if for some reasons, God forbid something happens, that this is going to, be that step up that we're all hoping for.
Oh yeah. I
Um,
I hope so.
and like I said, I have no doubt that, like you said, Ryan Reynolds, I have no doubt in his abilities. It's everybody else
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that.
Well, between him and Hugh Jackman, I mean, I can't wait to see the look. They've had this ongoing, and I say this with quotation marks, feud for years, and it's so awesome to see it. And I can't wait to see their chemistry on screen. I can't wait. I'm like, because it's there. You've seen it through all the videos that they've posted, messing with each other, all of that.
Mhm.
Like, I can't wait to see it on screen. This movie could be 5 hours long, and I'd sit through the whole thing, no problem, at
Oh yeah.
all.
Unfortunately, it won't be that long, but yes,
No,
enjoy the interactions they have.
yeah,
Because when you really start enjoying it, that's when it's over.
yeah. I'm excited to see how they pull Wolverine. Of course, when it comes to, like, I feel like that whole TVA is going to be kind of like a cheap way to get people back. Like, they could go back and get Iron Man, to be honest, or they could do all kinds of stuff. And
Could have done anything, but they decided to kidnap Wade Wilson of
yeah.
all people. They really better know what they're doing.
Oh man. Yeah, so it looks amazing. I can't wait to see more trailers to the release. Of course, it doesn't release until July 26th, so we will
Yeah,
have to
we have,
wait.
we have quite
Yes.
the wait.
Yeah. So, well, that being said, let's move on to another one. I don't know if this is a remake or a re-envisioning or if it's like a sequel. I don't know much about it. I seen the trailer for it, but it's Twisters. Um, I watched the trailer. It's pretty basic, basic type of Twister type of trailer, except for there's no flying cow. Um,
Oh,
I didn't see one at
that was the
least,
selling point.
right? I don't remember seeing a cow being flown through the air with the greatest of ease. Somebody probably complained about it now, but anyways,
Oh.
so this cast of characters, I don't know them very well. Like, I don't know. I was looking through the cast. The only one that I know of is Moira Tyranny. Tyranny, or it's Tyranny. But I don't know her very well. That's the only name I actually recognize. Other than that, I'm looking through and I don't see anybody in here that I know, which is kind of like a nice little fresh, way to go. Like, hey,
That
let's
is
bring
a
in,
good thing.
yeah,
Bringing some fresh faces to the scene.
correct. So I think that may work out to their advantage because some of these people, like this one, I don't know who she is, Katie O'Brien. She was actually in The Mandalorian and the Ant-Man and the Wasp. But Glenn Powell, I don't know who that is. He may have been in. He was in Top Gun. He was Jake Hangman Searson. That was a good movie though. But yeah, so when it comes to the cast, I don't know much about them, but the movie itself looks pretty promising. I don't know if it's gonna outdo the original because Bill Paxton and just the whole cast of characters that were in that.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, if it's a remake, I think it was a remake that didn't need to be done.
Right.
Like, I watched the Twister. I say recently, but it's been like a year or so. I went back and watched it because I'm like, I saw it on like one of the streaming services, and I'm like, oh hey, I haven't seen that in a while. And even the fact that you're watching stuff and it's still clearly some of it's dated, it's still a good movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, and yeah, I mean, I remember pretty much everything that happens, but that's beside the point. So if it's a true remake,
Well,
I'm kind of like, why?
right. In the
But if it's
IMDb, it says an update to the 1996 film, which could mean a lot of different things. So,
yeah, if
That
it's a
means they're going to
sequel,
have 2 flying cows this time.
sweet.
I heard that.
Double the cow, double the pleasure.
Nobody got my joke.
No, what'd you say?
I heard that.
Oh, herd of cows. Sorry, I was too caught up on what he said. Oh gosh, yeah. So I mean, I don't know. There's not much I can say about this. Like I said, they've got drones in here this time. They've, I can't wait to see how the drone gets into the eye of the storm or something. If it does, if it makes it there
In pieces.
in pieces, yeah. But other than that, it's just your thrill ride of a trailer. It shows this cocky couple or people that like to storm chase, and but again, it's another film that won't come out until July 19th, so about a week before Deadpool. But yeah, I don't really have much more to say about it, but it looks good. I'd give it a chance. I don't know if I'd go to theaters to see it, but I'll definitely watch
Straight
it.
to DVD.
I mean, it's Universal and Warner Brothers, so it'll probably be on their streaming services within a week. So, or is that just the DC movies? So, but yeah, has anybody got any comments on Twisters?
Absolutely not, unless there's a cow involved.
I'm sitting here on IMDb and I'm watching the trailer back to back, and it keeps running as we're talking. And I have not seen one cow. I've seen a horse, but it wasn't flying. It was just on the ground. So, alive. Just let me say that. It was alive. It was pre-storm, I think. So,
Right.
Right. Oh, sorry. Anyways. All right. So without any further ado with that one, we'll move on to the next one. And this is our first little bit of a surprise because this is actually a TV mini series, and it is based off of Sonic the Hedgehog movies, both of them. And as a lot of you guys know, if you've watched the Sonic the Hedgehog second movie, it introduces Knuckles. The second one does. And Knuckles is an echidna, and he's really cool. He starts off being a bad guy, and he redeems himself and figures out who's right and who's wrong. I don't think he was bad in his eyes, but it's, the eye of the beholder,
Mm-hmm.
So basically the line says, Knuckles teaches Deputy Wade Whipple the techniques of the Echidna warrior. And so it has a lot of, like in the trailer, of course, I don't expect a lot of like Sonic or anybody else. I feel like Sonic will be like in the first episode, maybe the last. But it's kind of like to like push him over so they can put him in the trailer and be like, okay, guys, you see Sonic, now here comes Knuckles. And
Come for Sonic, stay for Knuckles.
right. So it's really cool because I do like Knuckles' character. I don't know if it's because he's just red or whatnot, but one of the things that stands out is he gets the little cowboy sheriff's hat put on him. And I'm pretty sure that's a callback to one of the games. Like Knuckles had like a hat on, like a cowboy hat or something. Because I was looking at something and somebody like commented on that, like, "Oh my gosh, they gave Knuckles the hat." So, but it looks pretty interesting. It comes out in April. April 26th is when it comes out, and I don't know how many episodes it's going to be. Oh, it's 6. There's going to be 6 episodes to it. Not sure how long. Probably like about a half hour. Probably. I can't be for sure, but it'll premiere on Paramount Plus, and yeah, it looks really good. I mean it looks like that they didn't like do anything to like diminish the art style or the computer animation in there. It looks really close to the movie, so I think they did it well. You
Mm-hmm.
know, mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It'd be it'd be really cool is if they actually have a little snippet that has Jim Carrey in it. Bring him back for like just a little bit, like maybe a teaser at the end to tease the next movie.
Maybe, but they're saving them for the big event, which is
Well,
at the end
yeah,
of this year.
yeah. So I mean, but they could bring him in as a teaser, you know. At least that's my thoughts on it. So, but yeah, what do you guys think? You guys think you're gonna end up watching this?
I might.
Oh, maybe.
Perhaps. I mean, I
I
guess.
mean, I'm not going to go out of my way to watch it, but
Yeah,
Yeah, if it's in the way, and also it's probably going to have important context to what'll happen. Not big important context,
right.
hopefully, but hopefully some build up towards what's going to happen
For the
in the
trilogy.
next movie.
Yeah, and yeah, and that's that. I mean, when I saw it, I was like, I kind of want to see this, and you know, it's kind of like when I first saw Twisted Metal. You know, when I first saw the trailer for Twisted Metal, I was like, dude, that looks so bad. Like not bad in a bad way, but that looks awesome. So I had the same feeling with this. Plus, I think this has a lot of comedic side to it too. So we'll see. Only time will tell with that one. But yeah, it's definitely going to be on my watch list, but you know, not at the top. But yeah. So anybody else? You know what, Zombie? You watched the Despicable Me 4 trailer. Why don't you talk about that on your end? I want to give you guys a little bit of
so I liked it. If you haven't seen it, just kind of a brief synopsis. Basically, it has the standard characters. It has his three kids, him, his wife.
With a
But they have
surprise.
yeah, I know, right? But they have a kid together.
Gru
So
Jr.
there's no, yeah. And someone has broken out of prison or something like they've escaped and they're trying to get them to safety. And it's basically the way it looks like to me is
Revenge.
my it's there, the person escape is out for revenge because they clearly says like, Rue, I'm gonna get you. It's like, okay, classic
They should have brought
revenge.
back Vector, man.
Yeah.
Oh
um,
yeah.
but it looks like at some point, someone or some of the family is going to get kidnapped or captured, and he's going to have to go like rescue them or something like that. But that's pretty much a brief synopsis of it.
Yeah.
I like the Despicable Me movies. Um, the only real thing that I have is I'd like to see where, yeah, he's kind of a good guy now. I'd like to see him still have some of his evil tendencies, though.
Well, I think his son does.
Well, no, like I'm talking about, like, yes, I know he's a reformed.
Bad guy.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, cat! Oh, geez, go away! Oh Lord! Oh
He's a reformed. Did your cat fart?
yes! Oh
Well then.
man!
All
Right
right.
next to me.
That's something, isn't it?
Oh,
That was
that's
unexpected.
oh. Well, I'm just like, what is that? Like, oh God. So yeah, like I'd like to see like him have some more, like have some moments where like you see that yes, he is a good guy, but he was a villain, so maybe
Right.
some of his initial responses to things are more in line with that. But again, I get it. It's a kids show. You're not really going to get that.
Well, and to be fair, I love Gru, and I love that they're bringing like Will Ferrell in as the bad guy, his new nemesis.
Really? Oh man.
Oh man.
I don't like Will Ferrell whatsoever.
I know you didn't. That's why I said that. I wanted to get the reaction out of you because we've talked about Will Ferrell with you
movie's
before.
Gonna drop a couple points.
So, but to be fair, you can talk about him. You can talk about Gru, Lucy, Margot, Edith, Agnes, Gru Jr. But it doesn't matter because this movie is about one thing and one thing only, and that's the Minions. This is why this movie has become so popular. This is why the series is amazing, is because of the Minions. That's straight up. Anybody has ever an opinion? Yes, they have great stories to them. I do enjoy them, but let's face it, it's the Minions that hold the series down, for real.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
They're freaking hilarious. Like, okay, so the trailer that we watched for that came from the Super Bowl was just a little teaser, but it didn't even show hardly anybody but the Minions. And so I went back and found the actual official trailer, and we watched it, and I love some of the music they have in there. I just love the whole the concept of the movie. It looks really, really good. So, but again, that's another one of those movies we're gonna have to wait till July 5th to see. A lot of July movies early on right now. So, but yeah. So, Zombie, do you have anything else to add? Arson? I'm taking that as a no. All right, so let's move on. The next movie in this whole plethora of movie trailers is a movie called The Fall Guy, which is literally based off a 1980s TV show. And the 80s TV show was amazing. I loved it, but I'm not here to talk about that. This trailer, this movie has Ryan Gosling as our hero and Emily Blunt as the hero's girlfriend.
As our hero.
Well, I mean,
Tale as old as time.
in a world filled with Ryan Gosling. No, you have Barbie. What? Anyways, so he plays the character Colt Seavers. Colt Seavers is a stuntman who left the business, before or like earlier. It says to focus on his mental and physical health. But he's drafted back into service when the star of a mega budget studio movie, which is being directed by his ex, goes missing, which I'm assuming Emily Blunt is his ex. Probably the love interest as well. But, the movie trailer looked really good. Lots of, like, action, of course. Lots of action. And did I mention action? Lots of stuff. Lots. Oh, okay. Well, there's action in this movie.
Much action.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you'll be drowning in action.
Yeah. There's also some comedic sides to it that we've seen. Like there's some jokes, but also it's just I don't know. There's a lot of fire and explosions and stuff. But it looks good. Will it be as good as the original TV show? Probably not in my eyes, but I gotta take that and compare it with any remake of a TV show. Let's, for instance, say Dukes of Hazzard. You cannot compare Dukes of Hazzard to the original TV show. If you do, and you keep that in your mindset, you're gonna hate it. But if you separate it from the show to the movie, there's a chance that you may like it. Like if you can be like, okay, this is their take on this movie. So, it just depends, So I think I'm gonna like it, but I mean, the director of Bullet Train is doing it, and this releases on May 3rd. So when you guys, from both of you, since I know you both have seen the trailer, tell me your thoughts on it. Arson, you go
Allegedly.
first.
I really like the fact that there's explosions and gunfire.
And so much action.
It's literally nothing but action. But am I complaining? No. There's nothing bad from having too much action from time to time. Everything's been really bleak and terrible. No,
Bleak and
seriously.
terrible.
Look, it's been kind of dry. You know, when one of the more unique movies that released last year was a fucking Five Nights at Freddy's, you know.
Yeah.
It'll probably be nice to just, I don't know, have a movie where it's just like you get to just turn your brain off and enjoy the mayhem.
Yeah, and
Allegedly.
allegedly. And it's true, I mean, and I mean Ryan Gosling had a big hit just recently, so coming off that to do the Fall Guy, I hope it goes well for him. I don't think it's going to be as popular, to little girls like Barbie, but we'll see. But anywho, what about you, Zombie? Any afterthoughts about that?
I mean, I don't know anything about it. I mean, I didn't see the original show in the '80s or whatever. But I mean, you know me and explosions and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
uh, I don't know if it's something that I'll go see in theaters, but just for the simple fact of, I don't. I mean, it looks interesting,
Mm-hmm.
but like I'm not like, oh man, I want to go out and see that. It'll be like, well, I want to see a movie and there's nothing else out. So
Yeah.
I guess. But I mean, it looks good. Based off of the trailer, it looked like there were some funny moments in it. So, I mean, I'm hopeful.
I am too. I like you. I probably won't see it in theaters. I choose my theater dwelling very seriously, So, but I will definitely give it a watch just so I can compare it. When I just said I shouldn't, just so I can compare it to the original and see how close they stick to the way the character is, the development of the character. Granted, it's a lot different because the original show was more about, like, I mean, he was an older dude, right? And in this he's younger. So, at least he looks younger. He just may be in better shape. But yeah, so well, again, that one comes out in May, and I look forward to seeing it eventually. But with that being said, hey Arson, got any news for us?
You know what they also do in the Super Bowl, Phoenix?
What do they do?
They play ads. Here's one right now.
On the next From the Ashes.
There's only one era so groundbreaking.
You make your rules, and we will break them.
If you smash! And that's the bottom line. Go Stone Cold Simpson.
That it changed the game forever. Welcome to the Attitude Era. It's the era that transformed everything.
Generation X proudly starts the war against WCW. This company will never be the same again.
Relive the iconic moments and superstars that captivated the world and defined a generation.
Oh, hell yeah!
The Attitude Era. On DVD and Blu-ray now.
And we're back from that awesome ad break. One could say it was pretty wicked, wouldn't you say, Phoenix?
Oh, absolutely. It could be the most wicked of them all. You know what, Arson? Speaking of wicked, I think that's the next movie on our list.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So yeah, Zombie, why don't you tell us a little bit more about this this trailer up next?
I have a feeling that something wicked this way comes. But so based off of what I can see from the preview. Obviously, we're talking about like the Wizard of Oz setting. I've not seen. I'm assuming that this is a theatrical release of the play, like the Broadway play.
Yes.
I don't know. I haven't seen either. So I know nothing about it, other than it looks like it's based off of the Wicked Witch, and it looks like what? Man, I'm guessing it's maybe before she becomes the pariah that she was in, you know, the wow, I'm drawing a brain fart here. That one movie,
The Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz, yeah. And I'm guessing it's how she became that way. I don't know.
It's her journey. Yeah.
Yeah, which could be interesting. I don't know if it's something I'd go see in theaters again, because I haven't seen much of anything in theaters lately.
Right.
But I mean, it looks interesting, but that's about all I know about it.
Yeah. So apparently, from what I'm reading, it's the part 1 of 2, or at least part 1. It may be a trilogy. Maybe they're telling the whole story of the Wizard of Oz on a grand scheme. I don't know. I don't know how that is, but I do know they showed Dorothy, and in the trailer at least they showed Dorothy and the Tin Man, the Tin Woodsman, the Scrow Crew, the Scarecrow, and the Lion. So I know they're in this movie.
Tell me more.
I can't talk. I apologize for my shortcomings. But this movie is set to release on November 27th of this year. And it does look rather stunning in when it comes to like the effects. Like, I mean, it should, with the Wizard of Oz on the line, you should definitely make it look really nice. I mean, I think its predecessor with James Franco, just about the wizard, how he came to Oz and stuff, and it talked about how the witch started to become evil and that blah 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 too. So I think it was kind of a mixture between Wicked and that. But I thought that was a pretty good movie. It got a lot of flack, but for the most part, I didn't think it was bad. James Franco did a good job. But guarantee he's not coming back for this one. But it's surprising Ariana Grande is going to be Glinda in this, and I thought that was kind of interesting. Like, that's a different pick, because they're sisters. So yeah, that'll be an interesting ride. What about you, Arson? You got anything to add on that?
As long as it still leads up to her getting crushed by the house, I'm all for it.
That'll be the ending. Well,
Yeah.
her sister gets crushed by the house, not her.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah. So
maybe she should still get crushed by a house. Maybe that's why she has such disdain.
maybe no, she just gets water splashed on her. Spoiler. You could take her out with a wet mop. Seriously, I mean, like that's a squirt gun. Yeah. Oh no! Don't use firearms. Just use a gun filled with water. But so, anyways, the next movie I'm actually looking forward to a lot. I'm a big animation buff, and when it comes to like Disney animation, I really love that. I mean, I love all types of animation, but this is a sequel to the movie Inside Out, which is Inside Out 2. And in the little trailer that I've seen, look, it opens up with like freaking Ozzy Osbourne music in the background. Like, you can't top that. Like, it's amazing. But basically, this movie follows Riley, which is the little kid in the first one, into her teenage years. And as she does that, she's encountering new emotions and whatnot. And one of the emotions that they announce, which I think is so funny, is anxiety.
Good old anxiety.
Yeah, and so I can't wait to see this. Also, there's another one of emotion of disgust, which I don't know, and I've never heard disgust as an emotion. It's more of a, I guess it could be, but this movie is slated to come out in June 14th, so it's a little earlier than those other movies coming out the following month in July. So there's a lot, but yeah, Inside Out. I look forward to seeing it. The first one was great. My favorite part about that was Anger. Lewis Black was amazing.
Yes.
And I can't wait to see what he brings to it this time. I'm assuming it's going to be Lewis Black at his best. So, I mean, to be fair, in his stand-up, Lewis Black would be like, he can't cuss in this. It's a Disney movie, right? Rated G. So, no cursing for him. But yeah, I think it'll be a good movie. Going along the lines of Disney movies, there's also another one supposed to be coming out at the end of the year, towards the end of the year, like around Thanksgiving. November 27th, be precise. And that is Disney's Moana 2. Now, they showed a small trailer when it came to that. It was more of like a really, really early teaser. I'm sure they're going to be dropping more trailers as they go. But basically, Moana 2 showed her island, zoomed in on her island to show her in the darkness. And then it literally spawned back out to the title sequence and then end it. So there's not much to talk about it. I just wanted to touch on that because it was in there. I look forward to this movie as well because I love, it's one of my favorites. I'd say it's probably in my top 8 of Disney movies, animated movies. And I think The Rock did such a great job as Maui. And so, yeah, I'm excited to see that. You guys have any excitement to see Moana 2?
A little bit.
I only remember the first one. I never even seen the first one. I only remember the first one for the memes and also, the little song. What can I say except you're welcome?
What can I say? Fun fact there. I trained myself to memorize that song by heart. And I'm going to sing it for you guys now. No, I'm just kidding.
No, please. We
No.
do not need this podcast to turn into a musical. That's another episode.
My kids, I've memorized it, because we listen to it all the time. And they know every time that pops on, I'll get a message what can I say except you're welcome? Or, just to know because they know I know that song by heart. But yeah, I look forward to the actual remake of the original one that's coming out in 2025 to live action because it actually has Dwayne Johnson in there as Maui. So we'll see how I'll see how it could be anybody else but Dwayne Johnson being Maui in a live action or animated. So, but anyways, we'll stop it there. Next up, I believe Arson is going to tell us a little bit more about Kung Fu Panda, or how I screwed up and called it Kung Fu Fanda. So, Kung Fu Fanda 4.
Kung Fu Panda 4. It hasn't really had much marketing, surprisingly. At least from what I've seen. Basically, quick synopsis, or whatever. I don't know, I'm stumbling.
Summary.
Fu Panda's back. Mr. Jack Black has gloriously returned to reprise his role as Po, the Dragon Warrior. At this point, he's at the top of his game, but he's still the same goofy panda. And I guess they're also bringing a new character. I forgot what her name was. What was it?
Zen.
Do you guys know?
Is it
Zen? Yeah,
Zen?
Yeah, little wolf gal who's a thief. I think they released the. Did they release? I think it was another trailer. It was like a teaser, like when they first meet. Like she was trying to steal like something, and then Poe stops her. But yeah, it's basically just they meet. She's allegedly going to be I guess the new Dragon Warrior. Is that what they're? I don't know. That's what they're talking about, but I don't know if that's been confirmed.
I don't know.
Someone please fact check me on that. But yeah, she's also going to be co-starring alongside Poe in this new movie, where they're facing what's
She
her
is
name?
indeed, by the way, she is indeed supposed to be the new Dragon Warrior.
Okay, well, yeah, but they're fighting this new evil
Chameleon,
chameleon sorceress gal, and
Viola Davis.
she's doing the ultimate move of uh just copying everything that Poe's already fought. So I don't know. The only thing she really has on him is that she can also turn into him. I
Hmm.
imagine that's going to be a problem. But Tai Lung's also back. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Showed up for a brief moment only to get absolutely whooped and get his form taken, which kind of sucks. Hopefully he isn't just relegated to that and is also playing a role in the story.
So,
Uh,
is it me or is it Chameleon sounds more like Shang Tsung?
yeah, that's what it seems like. I mean, she is a sorceress, right?
Yeah, you're right.
You know,
But
sorcerers or sorceresses. They don't have a really great reputation.
do you know
But
what the? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
but no, yeah, that's basically most of the trailer. There's not much to it. It's saving all the good stuff for the actual movie.
Yeah.
I forgot when it was coming out. You can pull up the date, Phoenix.
March 8th.
Yeah, it's coming pretty soon. Okay, that's what
Yep.
I thought.
A few weeks.
So it is coming soon. So brace yourselves for that. I guess the one gripe that I do have with it is that the Furious Five were nowhere to be found.
Maybe they're
They're
saving
like
them.
they're like a major part of the first two movies.
Yeah.
They didn't play much of a role in the third, but at least Tigress was there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, in the fourth, they're kind of nowhere to be found. It's kind of
Yeah.
weird. Hopefully
So
they are there, but I don't know.
it's funny. So do you know the name of the actress that plays Zen? I'm gonna butcher it, I'm sure, but it's spelled Awkwafina. Literally, which in my head says Aquafina.
That's what I thought you just spelled. And I was like, wait, what?
The water brand.
Yeah, but it's not spelled AQUA. It's AWKWAFINA. Aquafina. Like, that's interesting. I don't know. I just wanted to point that out because I'm looking through the top cast and yeah, that cracks me up. So I look forward to seeing the movie as well. I'd like to go back and refresh watching the other three just to do it because I like to catch up on stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Everybody was kung fu. Yes.
Zombie, got anything you want to say about this before we move on?
I mean, you guys pretty much touched on all of it.
There's not much else to say except like maybe complaints or something.
Yeah, I don't really have any complaints though. I mean,
Yeah,
You
I don't
know.
either. It's just I find it kind of weird that they kind of haven't included like a major characters.
yeah. Well, we'll see. Maybe they're saving that, like you said, because I mean, they do have. Don't they have like a TV show or movie that's the Furious
They
Secrets of the
had
Furious
they,
5 or whatever?
I think they had a TV show, but yeah, I think that's over now.
Because Jack Black was in that too. Like he actually did his characters in the. I don't know about like all of them, but at least in that one. But anyway, so yeah, moving right along, the next movie I really am excited about. Of course, when anything deals with Ryan Reynolds, I just have a really really good expectation of it, because I feel like he does not have bad acting. There could be bad scripts, but he does not have bad acting. Now, this
Green Lantern.
hey, you shut your mouth. I loved him in Green Lantern.
It
I
was
see-
so bad that he literally went back in time in
Yeah, I
Deadpool 2
know.
and shoot himself when he picked up the script. You're in the
Oh.
big leagues, kid.
Oh, it's funny because the way they did that in there. But anyways, that's a whole nother topic for another day.
And he
Um,
also killed himself in X-Men. I forgot
yes,
about that.
yes,
We don't
he
talk
did.
about that Deadpool.
So, anywho, this movie is called If, and it releases on May 17th. And here's Zombie to tell us more about it.
Well, if you can believe it.
I don't know if
Um,
I can.
So based off of what I saw is if stands for imaginary friends or friend or something, and it looks like he's with his daughter or something,
Yes.
and they're interviewing for her imaginary friend. Is kind of the take that I got. But it looks like it'll be funny, just because who it has in it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I'm looking forward to it a little bit. Again, I haven't seen a lot of movies lately, uh, but it looks good. Um, I don't know. I don't imagine it'll be the same level of like comedy as Deadpool, like in the cursing, just
Oh
because
yeah.
it's like imaginary friends and like kids and stuff like that. But I don't know. Like I can't remember if it gave a rating for it or not. But
I
you
think
know,
it's PG. I think. I mean, he's kid friendly too, but I
yeah.
mean,
Oh, I know he can be, but
yeah,
just based off of my feel is I was like it's not going to be that type of
yeah.
you know comedy.
The names that are in this movie. Listen to the list: Ryan Reynolds, John Krasinski, Steve Carell, Matt Damon is in this. Lou Gossett Jr., Emily Blunt, Maya Rudolph, Jon Stewart, Sam Rockwell, and I'm sure a lot of them probably play the voices. Bobby Moynihan, and Aquafina. She plays Octocat. So I thought that was funny. Then we also have Christopher Meloni. This is a star-studded cast, like straight up. Um, it's gonna be really, really good. I think. This has been in the process for quite some time, and I'm excited to see this movie so much. And I think you were right about that, but I think when it comes, I'm not 100% sure, but uh, this young girl, which is I believe it's his daughter, starts seeing, like, because of her difficult experiences growing up or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
starts seeing everyone's imaginary friends, or
Okay.
that the ones that have been left behind by their real life friends, as their real life friends grow up. So these are all the ones that have been abandoned, I guess. And it's a talk about that. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a pretty good movie, and it does come out in May, and so that's a few months before anything else. By the time Deadpool comes out, that'll be streaming. So because it's like 2 months, and most movies are already to stream by then. It's crazy to think back in our day. You'd have to wait like 6 months to a year for a movie, or sometimes they push it. If a movie came out in theaters right before Christmas, they'd wait till Christmas to bring it out if it was a big blockbuster sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
just so they can sell a ton of them. Uh, but yeah, I think that this is going to be really good, at least in my opinion. Arson, have you seen anything about that?
If
If,
imaginary friends,
yep.
the only imaginary friends I know are from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Never seen it. I know what it is, but
That's
I've never.
a shame.
Yeah, never seen it though. My
Should at
niece liked
least
to
see the
watch it.
intro. It's a great intro.
I'll have to look that up. Like as soon as we're done here. So I'll definitely look at it.
Very good,
But
very good.
very good. Well, moving on. We've still got quite a bit on our plate. Um, I'm gonna talk very little about this movie because I've not really seen any of these movies. But the next one is A Quiet Place Day One. I have not seen any of the Quiet Place movies at all. I just know everybody loves a good origin story as long as it's told right. But basically, the trailer starts off in a big city where it's all loud and there's a crash. And apparently these things that make you be quiet came from space, and they all crawl out and attack the cities. And, they eventually find out that, they're triggered by sound. So, and that's what starts The Quiet Place. That's all I know about it. To be fair, I can care less if I watch it or not. If I do, I want to watch the rest of them first, even though this is the origin. I mean, granted, like, look, sometimes when you watch movies that have origin stories to them, you don't watch them in order. Like Star Wars, for instance. I know some people that watch them, from episode 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and then just say screw the other ones. No, but but I do like to watch those like in order of years of what's the word I'm looking for? Like from canon, kind of like the timeline. And so that being said, I really don't have much to say about it. It comes out June 28th. It does have not many people that I know as well in this that I've seen. I don't see anybody I know that, like, cast-wise. I don't know any of the names. Oh, wait a minute. Here's one. I just can't pronounce his name. I believe he was in Guardians of the Galaxy as Korath. He was in Shazam. He was the wizard in Shazam. I just can't pronounce his first name. It's Jimon Hounsou. I'm butchering it. But anyways, I do recognize him. The rest of them, I have no idea. What do you guys think? Do you guys think you're gonna... Oh, John Krasinski wrote on this one too. Huh. What do you guys think about this? Do you guys think you want to watch this or not really care or what?
I do love the concept, or not the concept. I love when like story concepts like this, when, like, usually when you listen or see stuff like this, everything's already gone to shit and everything. But
Yeah.
I love the concept of being there when it happens. I really do like that as a story. Well, yeah, just a story. Just
Mm-hmm.
I like it more when you're there when everything happens, rather than we've arrived and everything's gone to shit already.
Right, like it was in the first one.
Yeah.
Like you're sitting there like, why are they so quiet? What the world?
So even though I probably won't be watching it, I will definitely, probably, with most of these movies, I'll be watching like a quick synopsis of it,
Yeah.
like a breakdown, all that stuff, because I am interested in the story, but I don't really want to spend a lot of time just watching it in the theater or whatever.
So
But yeah, definitely interesting.
the only way I'd end up watching it, like if I meet somebody that it's like, oh, they just don't, they just love it, it's like, man, all right, I'm gonna have to watch this. You know what I mean? Like, it's on my list. So, but anyways, what about you, Zombie? You have any interest?
I mean, a little bit. I mean, I saw the first one, and it was interesting, but it wasn't interesting enough when the second one came out to me to go, oh, I need to go out and see that.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, oh, that came out the second one. I mean, I kind of feel that it was a interesting novelty.
Yeah.
I think doing how it started is good, but I would have kind of done that as the second movie. Like, you came out the first one, and then the next movie you come out with should have been day one.
Yeah.
Not like a second, but I mean, I don't know, but
I don't either. Well, I mean, it'll be a good thing to watch eventually. Like, if I get around to it, I will. But, so let's roll right along. We got a few more to talk about. The next one on the list is Imaginary, and that is actually scheduled for release on March 8th, which is next month. There's a couple of them with March 8th release that we've talked about. I feel like that this movie is like trying, like, even even in the trailer, they throw "Imagine If" or something like that in there, like they're trying to mock the If movie. But it's by, was it Blumhouse or Bloomhouse? How's that pronounced? Bloomhouse. But
I don't know.
it's BLUM house. I think it's Bloom, whatever. So the ones that did Five Nights at Freddy and Megan. So this movie is about a woman who returns to her childhood home to discover that her imaginary friend she left behind is a very real and unhappy that she abandoned him. So it's an imaginary friend movie, but it's got a horror twist to it. So this is another one of those movies I think that I probably will not see unless they bring this imaginary friend to like Dead by Daylight. So I doubt that. But who knows? We just got Chucky a while back, so it's gonna have a small one, But I don't have much interest in seeing it. I saw the trailer and I was like, I don't know. But what do you guys think?
Eh,
Not really.
Yeah, 2 thumbs down.
Not even on my radar.
Yeah, it wasn't on mine either until I seen that trailer in the list of them. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll watch the trailer, but
Next.
so yeah, we're not going to spend any more time on that. We're going to go straight to the next one, and we're going to stop all the monkeying around, and we're going to talk about apes. What about the apes? Zombie Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Well, I know little to nothing about these because I haven't seen any of these new Planet of the Apes movies.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks to me like the premise of it is there's one particular human that is smarter than the rest or something like that. Like maybe that there's something going on and one of them's like, hey, she could help. And they're like, no, screw you. You're going to die. And that's kind of what I got. I don't know what's going on in any of the Planet of the Apes movies other than apes are in control.
Yeah.
I don't know why they've made so many of them other than money. I don't know what you could do with that other than, hey, we're fighting apes. Hey, we're fighting apes again. Hey, we're fighting apes for a third time. It's like, okay, we get it. You're fighting the apes. Or the apes are fighting you. I don't know, like, story-wise, why there have been so many and how they're different other than that. So
Right.
I don't.
So I really liked the first one of the new set, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, that had Andy Serkis as Caesar and James Franco in there as well as the main character. And I thought they had really good development for that movie and why it came to pass. I've not seen. I've seen most of them, I think, but I don't think I've seen the third one. But basically, this movie takes place many years after the reign of Caesar. And I'll read the little synopsis. It says, a young ape goes on a journey that will lead him to question everything he's been taught about the past and making choices that will define future for all for apes and humans alike. Sorry. So which is all. But, I mean, this is definitely the follow-up movie, but it's years past. So basically the apes have been in control for many, 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 many years. And no one really remembers the time before or have been born into it. So it's that. So when this trailer first started, I had no interest. I was like, oh gosh, another one. And as it played, I was like, you know what? This actually isn't bad. And then after it got through the whole trailer, I was like, okay, I could see myself seeing it. I mean, it has William H. Macy in it. So I love William H. Macy. It's got Freya Allen as well. And she plays the smarter human. So, and then there's Proximus Caesar, which is maybe it's a relative of Caesar, that the one that's like, no, I think we're questioning things now, but I will just have to wait to see it. It comes out May 10th. So it's not too much of a wait. But yeah, so what about you, Arson? You think you'll, pick this up and watch it?
I remember watching the first one, like a long time ago. It was certainly interesting. I mean, I don't know if I. It was like how many movies now?
This is if you don't count the Planet of the Apes movies that they made in the early 2000s, if you count the Rise of the Planet of the Apes, then that's what was that done like 2011. So yeah, it's been 12, 13 years since the original.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. I mean, I remember watching it a long time ago with my dad. We both enjoyed it. It was alright. I mean, we
Yeah.
might watch it if we're bored,
Mhm.
something, you know. Be like, you know what? That new funny monkey movie that we watched a long time ago. Finally make another sequel. Let's go watch.
It's Curious George. That's all it is, you know.
It is a rated R, well, a mature, uh, Curious George movie.
Yeah. Well, guys, that is all of the movies that we have talked about from the Super Bowl, but there's
More or less.
more. Yes. So we've got two more movies that we want to at least mention. And I'm going to give this to Arson. Arson's going to talk about, because this next movie, I have not even seen the trailer for, but I can imagine it's just going to be just like the previous one, sort of. So, we'll see. But he's going to talk about that, and then he's going to introduce the last one we're going to talk about. And then, y'all can go home after that.
So which one am I talking about first? I don't understand.
Well, it's still monkey business, buddy.
Oh yes, on the topic of monkeys.
Yes.
Godzilla X Kong. I'm actually surprised they didn't save this until like, you know, for the Super Bowl, but I guess they just decided to. I think it was after decided to release the new trailer after.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, they're back. A little bit different this time around. There are story reasons for that, and they show that in the trailer, so it's not really spoilers. Um, basically, in this new movie, after some time has passed, after you know Kong and Godzilla absolutely decimated, what was it, Korea?
Yeah.
Yeah, they completely left it in shambles. That was mostly Mecha though, but
Yeah,
he's
but they
dead, so
they
who
played
cares?
a part stopping him. So
Well, yeah, but the damage is already done. Whatever.
true.
Anyway, a couple of years pass. Kong is living it up in the Hollow Earth because that's just where he decided to go to after the last movie. And then something just happens. He's just exploring, and uh, there's just a disturbance in the force, and Godzilla feels this as well, and he's not too happy about that. But while Kong goes to investigate, he runs into a little monkey just like him, but very small, like a child. And so Kong, as the absolute great monkey that he is, decides to take him under his wing and take care of him. But where did he come from, you might ask? Well, it turns out Kong's species is very much still alive. They're just under the tyrannical rule of what was his name? The Scar King. He's not very nice. Um, they actually end up fighting, and this leads to Kong losing some fingers. Which is why in one of the trailer shots you see him with a robotic arm, because that's what happened.
it's a big
He got
freaking.
his he got his fingers sliced. At least I think. I don't know what happened. It shows it, but I didn't get a really good look at it. You could probably watch the trailer and correct me, but whatever. But this also introduces a new monster, which is causing the disturbance in the first place. Which you might not know about. I forgot what its name was. Uh, it's like an ice freaking thing monster. I forgot what it was called.
I have no idea. Like a Leviathan or something? Or
Uh,
no, that'd be water.
Showa, I think that was her name.
Mm.
But yeah, it
Shiva,
controls
Shiva,
like is that
or
it?
Shiva or Shiva. That's an ice.
I don't.
But
I don't think that's. I don't think
anyways,
that's the name, but
yeah.
yeah, the she's also waking up, and she's not someone to be taken lightly either. Um, I don't know what the plot is exactly. I think Scar King was trying to wake her up, and he succeeded, and that's bad. And so Godzilla also doesn't like that, so he wakes up, and he's got a bit of a makeover as well. Instead of his normal blue atomic aura, he now has a purple. He got a bit of an upgrade as well.
Yeah, seen that.
And now they're both working together to kick their asses basically.
Nice. So I look forward to seeing this. I mean, I seen the first one. Well, technically, I seen the ones leading up to it because you had the Godzilla and the King Kong movie, and then you had them like in the Godzilla versus King Kong or Kong, and now you got this. And I've seen all of it up to it, but I'm really interested to see this movie. So I'm not gonna. I doubt I'll go to theaters again, but I'll wait for it to come out on streaming services and I'll watch it through there. So what about you, Zombie?
I'm the same way. I want to see it. I don't know if I'll see it in theaters, but ugh, I mean, you can't go wrong with the movie with kaiju.
Yeah.
So
Well, and that leads us to our last movie, the movie that endangers children by sitting outside of vehicles while it's moving and other things. This movie we've all been waiting for a very long time. Arson, every single time like there's been something about it, he's been sending it to me like, dude, look, there's a new one or this or that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Observe.
So yes, he wants to share with me so much. So I want him to explain because he is gonna get giddy as a school girl, boy, whatever. Anyways,
Oh, okay. It's been a while since I've seen the trailer, so I can't exactly recall it correctly. But yes, the Ghostbusters are indeed back in town with a brand new movie, back in New York, baby, in that classic firehouse, with all the classic things that make the Ghostbusters, except we finally have a new big bad that isn't Gozer or uh I forgot whatever.
it's
But
Walter Peck.
we gotta. Well, yeah, no, we besides Walter, besides
Oh.
Mr. Picker. Yeah, there we go. Phoenix gave it away. Mr. Peck is indeed back in the scene, picking up his unlikable character.
He's such an a-hole.
But he's back, and I'm honestly really happy to see him. Aside from the movies, the last time he really appeared was in the video game, and that the game was honestly the third movie to me.
Yeah.
But they kind of retconned that, so I don't even know if they retconned it or they just scrubbed it completely. But it was Peck's last appearance, but he is back alongside with Janine.
Yes.
Janine is also back as well, so that's also amazing. Most of the classic crew is back as well. They're all together again, fighting this new big bad who uses ice and snow, and that's how I like that. It's a unique setting, which I will give it right off the bat. It's not going to be like most Ghostbusters movies. Just like with Afterlife, it was in a completely different setting. Here we are back in New York, but it is quite literally in a new layer of snow, and we're going to be fighting and proton streaming
Oh yeah.
a lot of naughty ghosts in this new. I mean, I feel like I hope so. I mean, I think that's one thing that the last movie kind of lacked, which was the whole busting part of the
Mm-hmm.
thing. But we get to see that again with some new gadgets because aside from like the car having the out of the car proton shooting fucking seat, they also have drones so they can finally collect those pesky flying ghosts.
Dude, the drones really got me. Like, I loved seeing a drone trap. Like, that was amazing. I hope they bring that into the Spirits Unleashed game. I really do. I don't know how
Yeah,
that would
they did.
work, but
Yeah, like many trailers, they don't show much. They're keeping the big surprise, but there is one big surprise that they did reveal at the end of the trailer, and that's our little green friend.
Slimer.
Yep, he's back. Hopefully, he's going to. I don't know. I really want him to play like a role like his animated counterpart does, where he
Right.
helps out the crew. But I feel like he's just gonna be there, just eating away
He's
like
gonna
classic
do something.
Slimer
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. Although in the second movie he did drive a bus, so we had that.
Yeah, he did help. I forgot his name. He did help the guy get to the museum.
Yeah.
So
So
there was that.
I really like the cast in this, just like the last one. I love Paul Rudd. I think he's amazing. I'm so glad they're bringing back everybody, including like Patton Oswalt is new into this, and I'm glad that they brought in Patton Oswalt. He's, if you guys don't know who he is, he's a comedian. He was in King of Queens with Kevin James, and that's where I know him from. But he was also in for a while. He was in the Marvel's Agents of Shield, but he's been in a lot of other things. But yeah, so he's joining the cast. I really hope we get another Egon Ghost. I don't know if it would tarnish it because he's gone. He left. He was like free. But I'd really love to be able to see another Egon Ghost for, because it was so touching. But it may ruin that moment too.
Yeah, no, I don't think he should come back. I think it was perfect the way things ended.
This movie I will definitely go see in theaters.
Yep, this one is a definite must.
Yes. I will go, and it comes out March 22nd. So a little over a month. But I will be in theaters seeing it. And spoiler
Also,
for
if for some reason, the very smallest possible chance that someone working on the movie is watching this, we need those red sweaters. Give
you
us some
need,
red jacket merch.
I need some red jackets, yeah. I need with Phoenix on
Red
it,
stone jackets.
Oh, that'd be amazing. The parkas or whatever were they parkas?
They were snowsuits of some kind, but
Yeah.
I would like to proudly have one of those.
So would I. So, just as a little update, little spoiler, here in the coming few weeks, we are going to be recording a podcast to coincide with the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire release. So, I don't know which team is going to be doing it yet, but I got to check dates and stuff like that and see when it is. But we will be covering Ghostbusters of all sorts and types, like video games, movies, even one movie that doesn't exist in the eyes of many. But we're still going to cover it because it's Ghostbusters, even though it won't make one person very happy at all. But anyways, yeah.
That covers everything.
That covers everything. We added a couple extras. And I want to appreciate, I want to thank you guys for, being here with me. It sucks that Joe wasn't here, but he's got other obligations and that's fine. The hospital's been calling him for a while. So, but, for anybody that's interested, please,
The hospital bill is really gonna kick his ass.
oh my gosh, you're not kidding. But yeah, so for anyone interested in any of our social media or getting to know us a little bit better, all of our information is in a Linktree link attached to our account that is in our description. Thank you guys for being here with me. I hope you guys have a great week, and we're out.